So I wanted to bring that element of into my play as well.
Mm-hmm. Did anyone else have surprises?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, so let's do another excerpt. The next one is the play Mother Wrote by Velina Hasu Houston. And a small excerpt is a woman, Perpetua, ventures into the Mojave Desert to find another woman, Eva, with whom she shares a mother. Perpetua believes that blood ties are binding, while to Eva, genetics mean very little. This play explores the dimensions of which family are made. Would you like to set it up further?
Well, so it's Perpetua, and it comes from the notion of perpetuity. And the other young woman is Ava, and she's not in the scene. The other character in the scene is a character named Luna, who is a mythical, spiritual character, which you'll find out in the course of the scene. And it really it was inspired by listening to the scientists talk about issues of genetics that really had nothing to do with ethnicity, but had to do with medical issues and medical histories and the disease patterns that can be reflected in our genes. So the entire play is about a woman who goes looking for her sister who she's never met, a half-sister, on the event of the imminent death of the mother that binds them. And this is a scene when Perpetua comes to the Mojave Desert thinking that she's going to find her sister. And neither Elizabeth or I are actors, but we shall try our best. Okay.
Summer twilight, a full moon looms large, dazzling, glowing like a peach. A wind blows dust that looks an awful lot like glitter. An exhausted Perpetua trudges through the desert with backpack gazing occasionally at the moon for strength. She trips on a piece of metal sculpture that resembles a woman dancer. This holds meaning for her. She searches and sees the glow of a candle, a window, perhaps the edge of an old cottage. As the dust settles, a figure of a woman. Is it a statue? Head and shoulders covered by a shawl is revealed. The beige colors of the woman and the traveling trunk at her feet nearly blend in with the desert. Atop the trunk is a large, unwieldy book, an antique thing of magic with delicate pages that flutter in the night breeze as the moonlight shines through her, becomes her. Perpetua studies the figure with curiosity. She cannot help but touch it. As she does, the figure shifts, coming to life and confronting Perpetua.
The moon is full, and you have come for the girl who...
Oh, are you Ava?
No, I am Luna.
Luna. Okay. Luna, I took 12 different roads to get here, crossed 2 rivers, ended up on Route 66. Do you know how many places there are to get pancakes on Route 66?
I was a child bride, going from Oklahoma through New Mexico, Arizona, right along Route 66.
But you can't be any older than...
We came west in the 30s, Dust Bowl. Husband died in the mines over there, or maybe over there. Rabbit in the Moon took pity and made me her disciple. Along with all the other women, it's women who take risks for others.
My family's talked about the Rabbit in the Moon, her handmaidens, her book of life for so long. I knew I'd find you. I knew you could help me find Ava.
Indicates book as pages flutter.
Is that it?
Wait.
Is there really magic? People called me crazy, but I always believed.
Luna removes her shawl, exposing long, elegant rabbit ears embedded in her tresses. In awe, Perpetua kowtows to her. Luna immediately brings her to her feet.
Like the tide to the shore, like living things to the earth, I bring things together.
But you were a real woman once.
I am all women.
Your Highness, your honor, your majesty.
Please, no, just the spirit of the moon. Come, it's time.
Just a sec.
Luna observes with surprise as Perpetua scratches her breast.
Sorry, but my breasts itch, or at least where they used to be itches. You mind?
What happened to your...
Gone. Want to see?
Perpetua holds her blouse open. Luna looks away.
You're cringing.
No, I'm sorry. It's just the dust. and
Don't
the-
lie. Please. Not you.
Is it like losing a limb? It still feels like it's there?
That about sums it up. But I don't want Ava to know. I don't want you or her to feel sorry for me.
Understand, we cannot be held responsible for your expectations.
I just have things to tell her. Things that could change her life.
And yours?
Luna turns toward the ancient book.
Oh my God.
Listen, every time we meet somebody, a risk is involved. I met my husband at a church social, and before I could catch my breath, I was married and headed to California to find gold.
And did you find it?
Not in the ground, but between us, yes. If I'd stayed in Oklahoma, I would have dried up and blown away with the dust. I took a chance, and here I am, with purpose, keeping the risk flowing. It's rather exciting no matter what happens, and a lot happens. Be a rambler, so they say. We are only here today. Then we travel with the seasons. We're the Dust Bowl refugees.
Luna kneels by the trunk, glittery dust flying. She places her hand on a page as if to lift it.
This is the book of life. Every full moon, I turn a page, and somewhere two people meet for the first time, and the opportunity to make life better or richer appears. But what you make of it,
Wait.
Well.
Will she like me?
this is your life, not mine. Shall we?
Luna lifts a page with ceremony and turns it slowly until it meets the next page. The glittery dust begins to blow and whistle with the wind.
So, maybe we can start with you. What inspired your play?
Well, as I said earlier, what I learned, although there weren't any surprises, I learned about the migratory patterns of my Asian ancestors, and it was interesting to see the trail through Armenia, Greece, India, China, and Japan, and then eventually over the Bering Strait into the United States. The ancient ancients who were the first Homo sapiens to settle the Americas, and then into Cuba and South America. So I thought, well, that's great. It's very interesting, and given the way that my family looks, it all makes sense to me. But that wasn't enough for me, and I actually thought I was going to write a play that came from those ethnic origins. But as I listened to the men and women who came to speak to us, the scientists, the genealogists, and the DNA counselors, I became fascinated with the notion that one could read disease markers in DNA. And the thing that really struck me were women who voluntarily have both breasts removed because they see that they have a high risk of cancer in their genes. And they believe that in doing so, they reduce the risk of cancer by 90 to 95%. But this fascinated me, and that was the seed that started me thinking about these two half-sisters who had never met, and the fact that a sister would go on a long trek to locate another sister, for one reason because she wants to tell her about the dying mother, but also because she wants to let her know that that monster lurks in her genes as well.
It's interesting. I was thinking about the different themes that sort of we've glommed onto with this group. I think 4 of them are about identity, 2 of them about disease, and then the third one and the last one is about connection. So those are the 3 things that I keep thinking that DNA seems to be about. It's a connection to our own ancestry, and then we look at it as a medical history stuff. We want if you're an adopted child, you want to know what the DNA of your biological parents are, so that you can know better how to treat things that come up that you may not have known before. So it's interesting how it sort of just came out that way.